And what's up, everybody? It's Joey Bags. Welcome. I know. You're probably seeing this, or you got the notification. Two videos in one day. That's what happens when I actually start doing this early. This video here really isn't going to be much about any of the other stuff that I usually talk to, or should I say talk about. I'm just really enjoying the new GT2 DLC for ACC, for Assetto Corsa competizione. And I had been running the KTM Expo at the new Red Bull Ring, and that was awesome. You would have seen the race in the last video that I uploaded. This video here, I decided to change it up a bit. So wait, before we start, I want to shout out to Next Level Racing. Shout out to them. I'm in my comfy Challenger rig here. This is, like I've said before, a beautiful rig for a entry-level sim racer. The chair, I'm a big dude, mainly wide. So I find this chair rather comfy. Like, the padding that they put on this thing and the lumbar support that I get is actually rather comfortable, and I can usually do 2-3 hour stints at a time in this seat. The material can get a little hot, especially in my office. It's a bit small. It can get a little stuffy, but it is what it is. But shout out to them. I love this rig. I would love to upgrade to something bigger, you know, profile probably, but for right now, this is what I can do, and I'm really enjoying it. But shout out to them for making an awesome product. Shout out to Camus and their C5 wheel. I love this thing. You would have heard me singing its praises in the last video I uploaded, but I'm going to continue here. This is an awesome wheel for 250 bucks. This is a freaking badass wheel. It doesn't feel like a 5 Newton meter wheel. It feels like way more than 5 Newton meters. Like, you know, I've always said that this rig, you know what? Let's start the race so that way it's just not it in the background and, you know, I'm chit-chatting away here. The car volume might be a little bit louder than it normally is, only because, you know, it's just kind of just a race video. So I figured maybe you want to hear the engine sounds. But continue. Shout out to Camus on this C5 wheel. Like I've said before, the reason I haven't installed or gone with the Fanatec GT2 Pro yet is because I'm still working on getting the wheelbase on the wheel deck here braced up a little bit more, because, you know, when the force feedback starts getting a little heavy, I can get some wobble and some, you know, it doesn't feel all that great. Still no shade, still shout out to Next Level Racing, but, you know, it is a center post design and it's an entry-level rig. It is what it is. Just in case you guys are wondering, I am in the Maserati and we're at Monza. So the Camus C5 is a freaking awesome wheel. The power is on par with all the other wheelbases. I can't say the Fanatec yet because I haven't tried it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's on par or surpassing it in the terms of force feedback. The road feel is great. The fine details is great. The amount of power you're getting is great. And I'm running at 85%. I'm not running at 100. I'm running at 85%. This wheel is great. You can say what you want to say about its aesthetics. May not be the prettiest of wheels. I'm not going to fault you there. You know, you may not like the little paddles in the back. It works for me because I have short hands, but listen, it has shortcomings. But you can look past all those shortcomings because its price point is on point. And its force feedback is on point for its price point. This is a wheel if anybody would ask me, oh, what do you think of the Camus C5? Buy it. If it's what you're looking for, if you're PC only, if you want to, you know, save some money but you still want a good wheel, you know, if you're okay with a D-shaped wheel, if you're okay with the fact you can't change the wheel, if you're fine with those points, buy it. You know, I think it's a great wheel. You know, and yes, Camus did send it to me. Transparency, Camus sent it to me for review. But damn, it's good. And you know I love my PXN. I've got my PXN waiting to throw it back on here because I haven't used it since I've been testing out the R5 and this thing. Like, I'm dying to get back into my PXN. I love my PXN because I can easily hook it up to my Xbox and my PlayStation 5 and go ahead and play Forza, play ACC on Xbox, play ACC on PS5, play GT7 on PS5, play GT Sport on PS5. Like, I have all these things that I can do on the console with the PXN. Unfortunately, I can't do with the Camus C5, but, you know, it's great. Now, if I had Camus's pedals, I could use my resolution and better test it on console, but that's neither here nor there. That's a situation that's in itself. But here we are. This is the video. I'm in the Maserati. I'm going around Monza. I have it set to it just randomly places me somewhere on the grid because I don't like doing practice and qualifying, and I just kind of like getting right into the race. So I just put my starting position randomized. In this race, it started me in P1, and I held on to that position for the entire race. Now, you are going to see, you know, in two areas where I kind of lost a little bit. Going into... dang it. You know what? I'll point it out. There was two areas where I kind of went in a little hot, and I had to scrub some speed off, and you can see that white Audi, like, right on my ass. But I was able to hold it together and pull out the win. It's a quick 10-minute race with only 10 other cars, which I'm 11. I don't really like racing those big trains of like 20, 30 cars. It's just not. I like, you know, small counts, you know, 10, 12, 15 the max. You know, I don't like having a lot of cars on track with me. And not that my PC can't handle it, because it can. It's just, for me, I really don't like, you know, those large groups of cars. I do have to say the GT2 pack for ACC is really fun. I'm like purposely sitting here putting in the time into ACC today because it is so fun. Like in my last video, if you saw it, shout out to Mike at SimRacing604 for doing the video that he did on this GT2 pack. That's kind of what lit the little fire under me to be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should go spend the $16 and download it. It was $16 well spent. So far in the races that I have run in the practice time and the small races that I've been doing here and there, I'm enjoying the racing. I don't know if I would race online multiplayer because that's really not my thing. I kind of just like racing against AI. Me personally, that's, you know, what I find enjoyable. Maybe I'll do some online multiplayer. Maybe when I start live streaming, I'll do that, or, you know, it'll be a mix of AI and multiplayer. But, you know, as of right now, playing the GT2 DLC, I think it's great. If you have ACC and if you've already sunk all the money into all the DLCs, might as well. You may really enjoy it. The handling on this Maserati was on point. The sounds were great. The handling was great. It was a fun car to drive around Monza. And kind of like my last video where I was in the KTM Expo, I decided to stop paddle shifting, and I just set my manual shifter off to the right hand side of me here. It's in sequential mode, so it's you know, sequential shifting. I've got to take my hand off the wheel to shift, and depending on where I'm at on track at that moment, if I'm coming around, if I'm, you know, in a corner, or it can get a little interesting because I'm holding on with one hand, and like I said, the force feedback on this wheel is really, really good and really strong for it being rated at 5 Newton meters. So I'm turning with one hand or trying to keep it turned, and I'm dropping my hand to shift, and yeah, it can get kind of interesting, but it's still fun nonetheless. I really don't have much more to say. I think, is this when I jump the curb? No, I'm okay here. I'm just really enjoying this, and it was a fun race that I actually came in first, and that doesn't happen all the time. So I just wanted to share with everybody else. It's also not going to be a long video because I'm doing 10-minute races. So at the 10-minute mark, or when this cuts off, I'm going to be done with the video. And I know you guys are going to be like, what? He said he's going to make a short video, and it's short? Well, relatively short if you want to consider like 10 minutes a short video. A shout out to Dan DiMaggio. He knows how I'm always trying to make a short video and it never happens. So, bro, shout out to you. I know that's something we're always laughing about. Um, but yeah, the DLC is really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Um, as you see, the cars look great. The cars sound great. The cars handle great. The C5 is handling great. So let's just kind of kick back and enjoy the last few minutes or laps of this race. It would be kind of nice if, you know, you can kind of have, you know what, let's see if I can put up the display. Let's see. All right, let's have this HUD up and let's see. It doesn't say anything at all. At least you can kind of see the standing and you can see my speed and whatnot. I think this is where I went in. Yeah, I went into the corner hot. So, but I was able to hold it together. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see if maybe SimHub has some overlays or get some overlays so that way I can kind of have, you know, like current lap and, you know, time to go, because what Kunos is providing here is a little Spartan. It's like, give me a little bit more. Or maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. Guys, if you know what I need to do or even have a suggestion for some overlays, preferably free overlays, drop them in the comments down below so I can check them out. Yeah, it was fun. I thoroughly had fun. I think it should be, you know, maybe 1 or 2 more laps. Let's take off this. Let's see. Can I remove the results? Oh no, it's one or the other. Well, it is what it is. I'm holding on to first place. Let's see, was this the checkered? Nope, wasn't the checkered. So I think I still got another lap or 2 to go. As the laps came in, I really got more comfortable with the Maserati. It's a really, really fun car to drive. I'm actually running it on its default setup. No setup at all. I didn't even change it to an aggressive setup. I just left it as is, turned everything on, hopped into the game or into the sim, and just went about it the way it is. About the only thing I changed today was my shifter, going from the paddles to my manual shifter. That's the only change today, and yeah, this is what it is. Wow, that model is so nice. Kind of almost makes me want another sports car. You know, when you're sim racing and you're looking at all this cool stuff, and being a car guy, it's like, damn, I kind of want a project car. Kind of want something a little sporty to drive around, not in the dadmobile. Coming up to this corner. Making full use of that track. I'm sure others will probably make much more use of the track compared to me, but you know, like I said, I'm not very good when it comes to racing. I like the gear more than anything else. I like solving issues with the gear and solving issues with the games and game crashes and, you know, gear crashes and getting things to work together. I think I find more fun doing that stuff than I do racing sometimes. But here we go. Okay, is this the last? Do I have the checkered flag? And there's the checkered flag. First place. And there we go. Guys, thank you so much for enduring this 10 minutes of just me babbling away in real nothings and watching my first place finish. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time. You guys are awesome. All of you. Smash that like button. Smash that sub button. Smash that notification bell so that you know when my videos drop. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Peace.